Okay, welcome back to another van video, everybody. It is moving week, so I've got a lot to do. I've got actually a heck of a lot to do in here still. It is Monday afternoon right now. I'm working on this big head-high cabinet in here. Now this has been kind of a working project for a little while. This is probably the one most niggling mistake I've had in the whole van build, is that this light up here, I never actually relocated or moved or checked or anything. So when this cabinet came straight up to here, it actually clashes with that, which is not too much of a big deal. We've just cut a little notch out there. It just doesn't look quite right, as you can probably tell. But I've got the shelves ready to go in. Just quite basic 6mm ply, but they've actually been covered with fiberglass, scrap fiberglass on one side, so they're actually really strong. They'll be fully waterproof, which again, I'm not 100% sure will even be going on these shelves if they need waterproofing, but there is that there. I've only got one chance at this. She's going to get glued and screwed together, I think, right now, and hopefully in the right order. So we're going to get onto that right now. Oh, one more thing I will show you. The table leg is here. As I mentioned at the start of this series, I was going to include a lot more prices and places to get everything, and I've actually been a little bit slack on that. I got this off Trade Me. The RV Centre in Albany didn't have a huge amount of options. Burns Co was also had plenty of options online, but I actually found this on Trade Me for about 170 bucks. Really beefy, up and down, and it's also got a swivel top as well, which I wanted to actually be able to turn the table. But we're not working on this right now. We're going to get stuck into this cabinet. Okay, as you can see here, the trays will just slide in. These are actually going to be screwed or glued or something. I haven't quite worked that out yet. They've numbered, so I know exactly where they're going. If you do look down here, you may be able to see the gap. This is actually for the cooker. This is the cooker tray, so the cooker's going to sit in here and actually slide out onto the kitchen bench top. I've seen that in a feature before in a van, really liked it, so it's in this one. Okay, 4 shelves. The cool box is going to go down below at the very bottom. Not going to run a fridge, so I've left the cavity open, and this is the front here for it. Open side cabinet, going to run some little nets. I actually really quite like how it's turned out. We're going to work on actually how to stick this together. Okay, now the order in which this happens, I did intend to put the shelves straight on, first glue them and screw them on, but we want to be kind of millimeter perfect on these edges, and the cabinet's wall's actually what we're going to basically fasten this face to. So what's going to have to happen is that I'm going to have to do this front panel, the front panel here, before the shelves, more than likely, or glue them, then put this front panel on. I'm still just trying to work out the order of this. It's going to look bloody good, so we'll give it a crack. There we go. She's on. Probably not 100% fixed as aesthetically pleasing as I would have liked, just with stainless screws, because actually coming through from the back was much more difficult than what I wanted. That was the light I mentioned, but overall I really like this setup. These are glued in, all the shelves are glued in and got a screw each side, so as the glue sets they'll all be sitting in there nice and snug. Alright, kitchen bench top. I've showed you the actual finish of this bench top. I kind of feel like I should just fit it. We've got the stainless bowl. This is actually the old stainless bowl sink. Pretty cheap, pretty easy. That'll go in there. We've got a hand pump to go there. Just straightforward. Cooker will come sliding out there. I'll show you that as well. Again, the cooker was just a nice, cheap and simple setup from Trade Me. These were like $100 or something, 2 burner. You've probably seen them before, they're not exactly revolutionary, just a gas cooker. Fits there. It was obviously all measured, and actually I checked this out to see it would actually fit. And gets tucked away in there, front panel on there so you can't actually see the cooker. Love it. Okay, fan and venting update. As you've seen up on the roof of this, because there's a big roof rack and all that sort of stuff, I basically decided not to put anything through here. There was an existing vent here which wasn't actually a 240 volt. I was hoping it was going to, it was a 240 volt. I was hoping it was going to be 12 volt obviously. So what I've ended up getting, you can see it's cut around the insulation here. This is actually a solar fan, no wiring. We're in the sun right now, you can see she'll go. I picked that up from the RV Centre in Albany. Wasn't that cheap, it was about 180 bucks, which, whatever. Basically, it only works off solar power, so it's got to be sitting in the sun to work. There's a larger one, I believe, with a battery, but it's a bit of a mess from the outside, just as a little solar panel. I'll show that to you when I'm tidied up, but we're going to give a little test out by cooking some fish tacos. Excuse the wind, but just gonna sit up here on the roof rack because I can have this fish taco, and fan works well. Look at that. Okay, welcome to Thursday afternoon, everybody. It's only 3 sleeps till we move into here. We're talking internet today. I don't want to show you my address, but this is a little package. Now this came through, I believe it's Wireless Nation, and to get mobile Wi-Fi in New Zealand, like a modem that's going to sit in here and move around, the phone networks, the actual phone companies seem to be absolutely abysmal at this if you still need a bit of data. I have a 15 gig phone plan via Vodafone. They will not up that. I rang them and said, I just need, like, can you give me 80 gig or 100 gig on my phone? I'll pay more, whatever. They don't do that, which is, to me, is just ridiculous. They do not have an unlimited plan. Spark does have an unlimited plan, but there's no hotspot or tethering, which is completely useless when you want to be uploading videos out of this van. So this right here, we'll get into it. Okay, this right here, in theory, or what I have paid for, is my mobile modem plan through Wireless Nation. Now, to get internet through Wireless Nation, you need to be a member of the New Zealand Motorhome and Caravan Association. Pretty good price. I think I'm paying $80 a month for 40 gig of data and 50 off-peak, which is midnight to 6 AM. That's a pretty good deal. I have been notified of another one very similar. You do not have to be a member of the New Zealand Motorhome and Caravan Association, called NetSpeed. So, I mean, you're welcome to Google that, with very similar pricing and plans. All as we have here, I believe, is a cigarette plug to plug straight into the modem. And so we can run off 12 volt instead of the conventional wall charger, which, you know, of course is not as economical on power. Another 50 bucks or something for that. There's a little antenna here somewhere, which is this here, which we're gonna go try to get that up on the roof somehow. We'll work that out when we get there. But that is basically a quick rundown of what is available here in New Zealand. 80 bucks a month. No, it's open term, so you can cancel whatever you want at any time, which is brilliant. This only took, I'm rural, this only took less than 48 hours to get to me, which is just exceptional service. I think they understand their market very well. Obviously I'll touch base with you when I tell you if it actually works or not, but so far I'm incredibly impressed. Okay, welcome to Sunday, everybody. It is moving day. I haven't actually filled out too much of the van or made any improvements through the course of this video, because I've been prioritising my shared space and build and sort of living quarters up here. Kind of don't really want to show you. Oh, I'll go show you in the room. Right, I also do screen printing, and this is my print room now, storage living quarters. Yesterday basically was a huge day. All as we did was get gear in here. I've got a huge amount of tidying up to do, as you can tell. Still want to downsize a lot, but the problem here is that, like, I got to run a business out of here, which is quite a varied business. I've also got like spare fishing equipment and surf equipment and lots of skimboards and just lots of, and then plus my own stuff. So got to still a lot to do. Today's actually the day I leave a permanent static residence of sorts. So tonight will be the first night living in the van and on this sort of mission I'm on. So we'll fill you in throughout the day. Probably this video may be a little bit slower due to the move basically, but we're here now. This is my squab foam for the bed and couches. Not covered yet, we're going to get those sorted. A guy actually here at the sheds is going to cover these. So yeah, that's what I'm sleeping on, just 100mm foam. Omelette on the cooker. Okay, welcome to Sunday evening everybody. Pretty weak attempt all around at filming this week's video, but as of this moment I've officially moved out of the home and into this van. So we're parked up, we're just at Omaha, my local home spot. Really not going to fill you in too much right now, pretty exhausted from the move. We're right by the water, we're within about 20-30 metres of the high tide mark, so absolutely perfect. Only what, 500 meters down the road from where I was before. I will follow everything up with you tomorrow when I kind of have a bit of a game plan and can get into my sheds and tidy everything up, and I'll give you a full bloody overview of like the sheds and this van, because the van's still a work in progress, but it's good enough to actually live out of, hopefully, at the moment. So we'll see you then. Okay, it's Monday morning here in New Zealand. It's actually Labour Day today. The sort of somewhat daunting task of sorting out my shed area, the day is here. So what we've got to do, I'll make skimboards out of here, a screen print out of here. Now this has been a massive tidy up job lately. It is an absolute flipping bomb site because I've had to move all my gear in. You can see we've got surfboards up here, which have got to go in here. We've got gear like this, which is sort of floater, I suppose, for the van. And then this print room, this is my screen printing gear. I think you've probably already seen in a video here, but I was looking mint 3 days ago and not so much now. So I guess I'll try to give you a bit of a before and after. Hang on. There's the before and the after. It's certainly nowhere near as spectacular as I was hoping. Okay, I've been chipping away here for hours. It's actually quite warm. I'm pretty buggered. It's a Monday night here in New Zealand. What's the time? 6:45. This will be our last sort of weekly video about the van build. Tonight is my first night sort of in a work schedule in the van. So if you do want to see van updates and sort of the progression, you can also get along to my second channel, which is Access TV. I do vlogs and stuff on there. That will probably have the van included in almost every videos. I'm not turning this into a van channel, but I will be doing updates as I see fit through this here channel. That's it. Certainly not a spectacular video. It's been a mission. I've still got a long way to go in this shed space, but I'm getting there. Another couple days, I suppose. That's it. I'm Sam Price. I'll see you at the beach.